Hour number 2 of Zolak and Bertrand from our Town Fair Tire Studios, and David Andrews is with us. He's brought to you by Mario's Roofing. On the field, David's job was simple: protect the quarterback. Your roof does the same for your biggest investment, your home. Mario's Roofing, they won't soak you to keep you warm and dry. Mario's!
Hey, Mario!
Sons love the Mario movie right now.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's big in the house.
You should listen to DA on CBS Sports Radio. Ba-ding! He does the Mario coin thing. He used to work here at the station back in the day. Yeah. Look, how you doing, buddy? You look good.
Thanks, man. So do you. Look at you. Summer weight.
Yeah, it's starting to
Wearing
drop a
your
little bit.
watercolor. That's, you know they're doing direct flights down there now.
We were on JetBlue down there in
Oh, you've
April.
done it.
Yeah.
You did it?
Talking about Destin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's great.
God's country.
Sure. David, let's talk about the big news of the week. That is A.J. Brown, now a Patriot. What was your reaction to it? It finally happened. It's been discussed for a long time. And were you just give us your thoughts.
Did you guys feel like it wasn't going to happen? Like, I felt like this was a done deal with all the reports.
Yeah, we said it would be shocking if it didn't happen.
Yeah, I thought
that would
so,
be
too.
the surprise.
I think, I think, to me, I know there's been a lot of talk, about attitude and the knee and all of this stuff. To me, it showed, like, these dudes don't grow on trees. There's not just number one receivers floating around. There's not 32 of them. I would guarantee that. And it shows to me this team, look, you got to pay sometimes to get players. And they made an effort to go out there, get a weapon, help this quarterback. To me, I like them being aggressive. Look, the Rams do it. They did it again this week.
Yeah.
So you got to be aggressive sometimes and go get these guys. And it is what it is. I'm excited. I think the fans should be excited. If I was a player in that locker room, I would be excited because it shows to me, like, all right, we're going out there, we're going to make another push. This isn't like, all right, let's see what happens again this year. Like, no, you go out, you get a guy, and I think it was on NBC Sports. They showed a stat. I think it's like in their first 7 years, receivers to have like 8,500 yards and a certain amount of touchdowns. It's all first ballot Hall of Famers, and he's on that list. So I'll take that guy.
Are you concerned about the knee?
It's speculation. If it's true and he, we're in week 4 and he's missing weeks, then yeah, you're starting to get concerned. But none of us know what MRIs are reading. I don't think so. I think teams just hear it and talk about it. But to me, until it's a problem, I'm not concerned about it, I guess, until it is.
Yeah, see, I've played with guys, too, that have had issues with the knee and the MRI shows something, or they get it operated on and you go in, you scope it, take a look. And I played with guys where the MRI shows absolutely nothing, but the thing swells up, and next thing you know, you're taking vials of fluid out.
I mean, look at a guy like Malcolm Mitchell.
Yeah.
I mean, that it wasn't like he just, slapped it out there and didn't try and didn't do rehab. I mean, the kid was a great player, had 2 or 3 knee injuries at Georgia, I remember. That's why we were the same year, but he ended up redshirting because of, injuries and the medical redshirt they give you in college. So he stayed an extra year, comes out, has a great rookie year, and his second year, there goes the knee. I mean, same kind of Julian.
So what was it? It's sort of a degenerative knee? It wasn't like it's ACL? Or is it scar tissue?
I guess from my understanding, it's just
feels like crap.
Yeah, and like same with Julian's, like that last year in 20 with Julian, like he was
couldn't
great
walk during the week.
Yeah, he was great, early in the year, and it just, that knee, once it starts going, it goes, and I think it's just you're not as explosive. I don't know that. I don't understand. You asked me a real medical question there.
Yeah, but but no,
like
the
cartilage and the
no, but like you played with the kid, you went to school with the kid.
No,
like, there's a
yeah.
history.
Patellar
there,
tendon, please. Tell me more.
Normally, it's like you see the guy get caved in at practice, or it's just your knees, your legs pointing the other way.
I just think these joints, like once you start having all these surgeries and doing all this stuff, like there's so much inflammation, there's so much scar tissue. They just don't operate like they need to. And you know how it is, though. You lose that much of those guys and that explosiveness, then it takes away what you can do as a player.
So 2 years in a row, first-round picks, they've drafted 2 offensive tackles. That usually doesn't happen in the National Football League.
No.
You usually drafted a corner or a running back, or if you're reaching for that receiver. What did you make of the Lomu pick?
Well, I think, look, it's obviously, and you can say what you want about Will. Look, it's a pick of need. Like, you have the star quarterback, you have the young quarterback. You look at the offensive line, like, you're trying to get those guys of being like, hey, we got to build these guys up. We need, you don't really have any depth behind Morgan Moses or Will Campbell, really, that you're like, all right, that guy can go in there and be a swing tackle for us, like a Cam Fleming early in my career, or how Nate Solder was when he first got drafted. It was like, all right, we have Seabass and Matt Light. Matt Light's getting older. Nate comes in, develops, helps us out, swing tackle, whatever it is. There's not a lot of guys that, I know they've drafted some young guys. Who was the other guy they drafted last year? I don't think he played. Bryant?
Oh, from Missouri, yeah.
Bryant,
Marcus Bryant.
Maybe, hopefully, he got a great year of development last year. We'll see what he kind of does in training camp and OTAs moving forward. But, we didn't have a lot of depth or young talent in that room. And I think that's what they're trying to do, build the future.
So on Brown, trading for Brown, bringing him in here, you say players should be excited, probably are excited by this move. Do you think it is a clear signal that this team, this franchise, believes they could very much be back in the same spot they were in a year ago?
I think so. I think they feel very – look,
as a player, is that hard to believe, though, at times? Coming off the Super Bowl was a bit of a surprise run. I don't think a lot of people expected that.
I think it's a delicate balance, right?
Okay.
Because what you did last year has no indication on what you're going to do that. That's one of the biggest. Bill used to have these playoff myths, and that was number one. It'll be different next year, right? Or we can do it again next year. No, it's so hard to do it again. I think that should be this team's expectation now. All right, we've done it. We know what it looks like. We know where we failed. And you've got the tape to prove it and the lessons to prove it. It's not like this team went 8-9 and you're sitting there like, oh, we were just so close to get to the playoffs. No, they went through the playoff gauntlet. One messy. Was it pretty at times? No. But, hey, this is what we can get better on. This is how close we were. We just have to do a little bit more here and there, So, to me, as the team, it's a fine line of being like, oh, we can do it again, but also knowing how much work you have to put into it to do it again.
David Andrews with us here in studio. A.J. Brown, now a Patriot. We're talking about that with him, 617-779-0985. And why don't we get to the calls here with Ben in Cumberland, who's got a thought on A.J. Brown. What's up, Ben?
Hey, guys. First-time caller, long-time listener. Love the show. With the A.J. Brown, I think what I'm excited about, obviously – May is a deep ball thrower, A.J. Brown, deep threat down the field, but it's just also going to open up like other areas of the field. So when it comes to the tight ends, the running backs, it's just going to have such a nice ripple effect throughout the offense, which I just think is going to be so exciting to watch. So just not only his deep threat ability and May's arm down the field, but just it's going to open up Hunter Henry and just other parts of the offense that I just think will be a plus as well. So thank you, guys. Great show.
Okay.
I think he's exactly right. I think were you guys talking about the run game yesterday?
Yeah, first two days of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was listening. You guys were talking about it. I think it's going to help with the run game because one, if teams don't want to play too high, all right, great. You got a great deep ball thrower. You got A.J. Brown. All right, if they want to play too high, then there you go. Here's Ramondre. Here's Travion. That'll help with the run game.
You say too high, tell them it's taking safety out of the box.
Right? Yeah, taking
back.
Safety out of the box.
One less guy to block.
Now you have a fair fight of the box. Then also, I always thought, people used to say, oh, the Patriots don't have a number one. When I look at our offense early in my career, we didn't have a number one, but we had Gronk, we had Edelman, we had Amendola, we had Chris Hogan, we had James White. So when you got in the red area, you can only double really 1 to 2 guys, right?
Right.
Take away these 2 guys. Well, that's fine. You want to take away Gronk and Edelman in the red area? Well, we're going to have James White on a matchup that's unbelievable. Yeah. And this, to me, is kind of like, what you got going here and kind of what the caller just said. Take away A.J. Brown. Great. All right. Now you got to deal with Dobbs. Now you got to deal with Hunter Henry. Travion, hopefully he's getting more comfortable. Even Ramondre. I think Ramondre's pass-catching ability is so underrated in route running. So, to me, the more weapons you have, even if you want to say, oh, this guy's not a true number one, which I don't think you can make that argument for A.J. Brown. The more weapons you have, and Josh and how good he is at scheming up things and the way he wants to scheme up matchups, it just puts a lot of pressure on a defense.
All right, DA with us for the hour, 617-779-0985. We've got a lot to talk about with opening up the offense, the Patriots. You haven't been in a while. When was the last time you were in with us?
You guys were all on vacation.
Oh, yeah, draft week.
Yeah.
You guys were gone.
Draft week.
How you guys take a vacation in draft week?
Yeah, draft
Because
sucks.
it's April spring. It's
Don't
April
pick
break.
that scab, David.
We have kids
Don't
in
pick
school.
that
You'll see,
scab.
buddy.
Huh? It's
April
a bad
break.
scab?
Yeah, don't pick that one.
It's April break.
No, it's not. I mean,
April
I
break.
just told you.
Kids are off.
It's April break, and the
I already
Draft
fought
sucks.
that fight.
We didn't go in February. I didn't take February break. I always take April break.
Oh, okay.
when they have a high pick, I come back.
They had it. Well, no, they didn't.
Oh, last year I came back.
Yeah, okay.
Zoe didn't.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
To recharge the batteries.
You knew what
I cut it short and made sure to be back for it, knowing that they had a high pick.
Woo!
Yeah, no, I still care about the job somewhat.
I did too. I zoomed in from the pool. I called him one day from the pool.
David Andrews with us for the hour. Let's get right back to your calls, too. Thanks for waiting. We'll do that next. David Andrews with us in our Town Fair Tire studios. Let's grab your calls, 617-779-0985. You knew that he would be waiting for you.
I missed him. I heard him call in the other day.
Your guy. Yeah, I know, but he knew that you'd be here. So it's Jake in Boston for David Andrews. Go ahead.
I was going to rip the Celtics. This is so much better. So much better. David, we haven't talked since it happened. Do you know what it is?
I only could wonder.
Come on,
Jay.
Dave. Don't you know what it is?
I know what it is. Everyone knows what it is.
I don't know what it is.
It being the head coach of the Patriots getting into lots of trouble on this WAG stuff, the stuff that you don't think is important and should be discussed ever, and yet he had to miss day 3 of the draft over it. So day 3 of the draft, where Tom Brady was drafted 199, or where you were signed as an undrafted free agent, which means it's obviously a very important thing that your horny head coach had to miss. Now, the next David Andrews is probably thinking that some Nepo baby nerd named Elliot Wolf was falling in love with some math equation analytic formula as a GM instead of a guy named Mike who just likes to bro out over football. Patriots were 9-0 on the road, David, until this one location where Jen and Diana were together, as were Vrabel's kids and his other children, Will Compton and Taylor Lewan. Did we no-show in the Super Bowl over that? And then did we potentially overpay for A.J. Brown as a deflectionary tactic, David, because the head coach was caught selling scoops for you-know-what with the reporter who may or may not have manipulated the trade market and free agency for him. And then lastly, David, did you and Mackenzie have any conversations about conduct around reporters, which is obviously something to talk about in the wake of Mike Vrabel or any Nesson reporter and Red Sox manager? Or more importantly, the cheerleaders, because though there are apparently rules, we have Bailey's pop up or Camille Kostek's pop up because the players and the cheerleaders can't stay off of each other. So, and then lastly, do you have any thoughts about Kayla and Jeremy because this stuff is still happening? David, lots of questions about it, and now this stuff matters. Day 3 of the draft, that's where you were picked. And yet Mike wasn't there because he was horny. What do you think?
Welcome back, Dave.
One of his better calls. I got to say, he worked a lot into that.
Welcome back, Dave.
There's a lot of meat on that bone.
What's he drink in the morning?
I don't know.
No, nothing.
With 3
Ultra
kids, I
fuel.
need
Straight-
that
straight
fuel,
as an
that
arrow.
Oh,
octane
man.
fuel.
Wow, he had a lot there.
My wife was a cheerleader at Georgia.
Is that how you met? Is that how you met?
By the time we were dating, she was not a cheerleader.
Was she
but-
good?
Yeah, she was real good.
No, a good cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's it. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah, she was a good cheerleader.
aggressive.
Yeah, look, I don't think you paid for A.J. Brown.
You're always in on A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I think, look, it's the same thing. If you have something that someone wants, you control the price. And that's the way it is. I mean, if not, they might have set on him. Who knows?
Are you at all concerned that they bid against themselves? I am. I mean, I'm not saying
look,
that they should not have done the deal or that I'm upset with what they gave up because, you know me, draft sucks, whatever. I do wonder that, though. Like, was anyone else in on him after the Rams said, we're good?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure, and look, like I understand that. It, to me, is just, I think if you're the Patriots and you're the Patriots fans and looking at this personally, you're hoping the team is picking again at what, 30 something, right?
Yes.
And it's a 28 first round?
Yeah, it's not next year, it's the year after.
So you're hoping your team's good and you're not picking 1 to 3. I think if you're picking 1 to 3 after making the AJ Brown trade, you got a lot of bigger problems going on here, and you're not making that trade to begin with. To me, this team's trying to win a Super Bowl. The organization wants that. The coaches want that. The players want that, I believe. Like, you're trying to make a push right now as hard as you can. And it's not, to me, that you think you're too far off. This isn't a desperation type thing. You are in position to make a push. So you go out there and get a good guy.
Ben Volen of the Boston Globe has suggested that the Vrabel-Rossini relationship did play a factor in this. He wrote, based on the 15 posts from the Patriots social media account, it doesn't seem that the Patriots had any interest in waiting to complete this deal. He goes on to say it would be naive, though, not to consider another reason beyond Drake May and A.J. Brown getting on the same page in practice this week and next, but it would be to distract from the episode involving Vrabel and Diana Rossini. Tuesday's media session was previously scheduled to be open to the media, and it turned into the A.J. Brown show. From Vrabel's news conference to the interviews with the offensive coaches, to Brown being the focus at practice, to Brown speaking to reporters afterward. It certainly seems the Patriots were so desperate to move past the Vrabel-Rossini story that they were willing to overpay for Brown.
You guys like conspiracy theories?
Zoe does.
I'm not particularly, no.
Depends what it is.
See, my thing is I just don't have the time and energy to sit there and speculate and do all these things. Look,
Well, it's an open forum. Why do you go down and ask him a question about
Can I
this?
ask it a different way? Can I?
Yeah.
all I'm going to
not
say,
related to the
we were told,
relationship?
June? The 1st of June, this was going to happen, right?
Yes.
It
sure.
happened the 1st of June. Like,
I get
this
it.
isn't
You bring a big player in, this is
get
what
it.
you do. Big press conference.
I get it.
Send tweets out.
But it's been 2 months since the episode with Vrabel-Rossini began, or it'll be 2 months this week since this started.
Okay.
Let me ask this. Regardless of Vrabel-Rossini, do you think ownership did Vrabel a solid here in going out and him being able to go get A.J. Brown?
I think ownership wants to win a Super Bowl is what I think.
Okay,
So
but this is an
if-
uncharacteristic move for this franchise.
Okay.
They don't typically do this, which is give up huge draft capital and huge money. And I don't get, again, personally, don't care about your picks, but they do. GMs do. Front office guys love these things.
Next year probably doesn't happen.
And owners love winning the deal, right? They don't get to go play a game or coach a game. The things that they love winning are manipulating other teams into making bad deals and them getting over on other teams or getting over on players. Like, their game is the business element. And this is uncharacteristic for a lot of teams to do it this
Hey, you
way.
got-
But especially this team. I can't recall a deal like this one for the Patriots.
No.
Right? They don't do these
No,
types.
they don't.
Is winning a Super Bowl good for business, though?
It
It's
is.
real good.
It is. They won 6 Super Bowls not doing this.
Yeah, but it's a different
Time.
It's a different time.
I agree. Fine.
I
Different.
think
So that's why I asked.
quarterback's
And
money's
it's
low.
Regardless
Quarterback's
of
money's
his
low.
stuff,
Now's the time.
did they do this because Mike Vrabel convinced them to do it and they did him the solid of this is what he wants. We're going to let him do this.
yeah,
Because
but
I believe that. I believe this is them saying, all right, I mean, this is not how we would do it, but Mike feels strongly about it. Do you think Elliott Wolf felt really strongly about this? Or do you think Mike Vrabel felt really strongly about doing this deal for his guy?
Look, it's Vrabel's show, so if he's down there,
Well, except on day
table-
3 of the draft. I mean, he's got other things to do.
All right, Jake.
And that's Jake's point.
I just think though, like this is a Vrabel guy. I don't know what happened in Tennessee with this, why they let him, all of that.
They didn't want to pay him.
But I think Vrabel I don't think the Kraft said, yeah, let's trade for him to whatever to do you a favor and turn distraction off. Look, everyone is ready to move on. I haven't been in anything like this, but anytime there's some distraction, yeah, you just want to go play football. Like, we're playing football now. We're going to work every day. That's what we want to do.
I think you're kind of making his point. I'm not going to lie. You just connected the two things. I had moved on from Vrabel-Rossini in this convo. I'm saying just from a football standpoint. We're going to trust the guy.
Yeah, you're going to trust
We're
the
gonna
head coach.
put some trust in you here. All right? We're going to let you do this. We don't like doing this, but you really want it, so we're going to let you do it.
I think that was,
That's how, in my mind, this played out.
I think that was part of the reason why he wanted to come here, because he was going to get some type of control and do things how he wanted to do it for the most part.
I thought missing day 3 of the draft was a real swing back to Elliott being the man here. This move now, to me, reverses it, swings it back the other way. Like, this is not a shrewd GM move. This is like, hey, football guy wants good football player, pay the damn price. And they did it, and it's great, and I'm happy they did. Like, take those big swings. Too many times they didn't do that.
He does look good. They were playing a clip of
Oh,
him.
yeah.
One-handed catch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
it's
know. That's a good-looking dude, running. With all due respect. I mean, that's a football play.
Your whole room's better. Look at the whole room.
David, you might have more rings if they were pulling moves like this when you were playing. Right? I mean, this is a big swing. I mean, I know they did Antonio Brown. I know that was sort of a...
You guys would have won it if he
stayed
on the straight and narrow there.
That was something.
I mean,
It was a good win in Miami.
Yeah, it was impressive. Or, it's something in 17 happened maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
What happened 17?
No, you can't say that. But, I mean, look at this. Dude. Like this.
Sure we can. Why can't we say what happened?
He moves differently.
He moved this.
It's like when Diggs got here a year ago, like, and he's chopping his feet, and then you see Polk next to him. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
but this dude, what is he, 6'2"?
I really liked Eric. Was it Eric Rowe? Who was out there? Who was out there in that game? Jordan Richards?
Jordan Richards.
White baggy long sleeves.
Yeah.
Batamosi got some time.
Oh, it's a good one. Patamos.
I mean, it was 3rd and 7. I mean, what, you put Malcolm in? They only need to get
Not
one
that
stop.
anyone remembers
All you
it.
needed was one stop. That's all you needed. That's
A play.
A play. Yeah.
Just think of all the work you put into that year.
Should have just blocked Graham, and the game had been over.
Pissed it all away. David's going to punch me today. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Nobody wants headlines more than David Andrews right now. He's like, go to break.
Hey, he brought it up.
The Knicks won last night, right?
You went there. You went there.
Why was Jake mad at the Celtics? What are the Celtics doing? Not trading for Giannis?
Well, he was going to rip the Celtics for not being tough. Because they're not. They don't look tough compared to the teams that were playing last night.
The Brunson
Jaylen
edge.
Brown sold his house?
Well, we're finding that it was a extra. It's not his main residence.
So you want to go 50-50?
No.
Get us a house in the city?
Tell them what the HOA is.
Nice.
$2,400 a month.
$2,400 a month.
Well, you got parking. You got doorman, trash.
All that stuff.
Dry cleaning, probably.
You think so?
That'd be nice.
Yeah. But that's like they'll come get it. That's not really included.
You pay for it. Yeah.
Oh.
But
I feel like dry cleaning's going downhill. Like, not a lot of
I don't
people
use it
wearing
anymore.
suits every day.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Like I
Plus,
remember my dad in a
COVID
suit,
was real tough on
suit
dry
every day.
cleaners.
They
Yeah.
came, picked it up, dry cleaned it.
A lot of shirts now you can just wash and they don't even need to be ironed.
Yeah.
Pressed. Yeah. That fabric. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It.
Yeah.
The year of the it.
The year of the it. More of your calls are on the way with David Andrews. We will talk more offensive line, as Zoe had mentioned that in passing. We definitely want to get into that. The pick of Lomu and how that impacts the offensive line and how you see that shaken out here in the coming months. It's all on the way. Sean's in the truck today. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Good.
Hey.
Quick point about Bob Kraft and the way he deals with his coaches and letting them do their thing. But a couple of days ago, you guys were talking about funny movies, and I don't know if I heard anybody mention something about Mary. They had some real funny scenes in that one too.
Hell yeah. Especially the boost.
So
I bet McCone hasn't seen it.
I don't know why, because that was a good one. I think
Saw that
that Bob Kraft, after the bad taste with Parcells leaving because he couldn't shop for his own groceries, I think since then he's made an assertive effort to stay out the way. I don't think he was on board with Brady walking out the door. I don't think he was on board with defensive coordinators becoming offensive coordinators. I don't think he was on board with them having an opportunity to get 2 first-rounders for Garoppolo and then letting them walk for a 4th. So I just think that you guys, when you talk about, the Patriots don't want to spend money, I think he was just giving Belichick and now Vrabel freedom to do their job.
I would tell you, Sean, that a move like this does not happen without approval from the boss.
That's for sure.
Come on.
100%.
Like, get real. Huge money, huge trade.
But
That one goes. They run that one up the chain of command when they do things like this. And so did Bill, by the way.
yeah.
Maybe he probably didn't like that because Bill was Bill, but
But I saw something too that Chris Godwin's cap hit this year is more than Dobbs and A.J. Brown's together this year.
Oh.
And that was a deal we were
He
all
took
in
less. He took less to go there.
That's the deal we were all in. And
is
we
that
were
deceiving though? Is it just the way it's structured, or
I mean,
you know what I
don't
mean?
know. I saw it on a tweet.
Well, Mike Evans is
Because
gone.
you know how deals are.
Didn't look that much into it. I saw it on a tweet.
Teams will okay. Teams will wait certain years so that it better fits their situation.
I mean, there's
right?
all the manipulation.
Yeah,
but
Mike Evans is off the books.
Like we talk about Christian Gonzalez, and if the team were to extend him right now, front loading it would make a lot of sense.
yeah,
But to chew up all the
So you
space
don't-
they've got this year,
and
Yeah.
then save for Drake and
that's all. That's why I ask. I'll tell you what the number is, though, if you're curious. Going into 2026, his cap hit is $33.68 million.
Man.
33. But it was 12.9 last year in the first year of the deal, which is very small. So they put a lot of the money in year two. That was probably better for them.
Designed.
Just designed. Yeah.
But when you're talking about money, I mean, I think if that's the case, you're still going back to the fact that probably came out on the better side of that deal, I would say, if you're talking just financially, maybe. Granted, how old's Godwin? 28? 29?
Right around that age.
Yeah,
He
so
30.
is- he's already 30.
So he's a
30 years
year
old.
older than the guy we got.
He turned
right
30
now.
in February.
When's A.J. Brown turn 30?
A.J. Brown will turn 29.
Oh, he's only 28. I thought he was
Yeah,
already.
he'll turn 29 at the end of the month.
So
Happy birthday.
The cap hit for Brown this year for the Patriots will be $7 million.
to me, that seems like a pretty good financial deal.
Well, they're still paying him real money, though.
That's why you
I mean,
gotta get Gonzo done.
he's still making $29 million. So that's what just tells you right there. What does it matter? Like they're paying him $29 million when they're talking about how much more they're going to add or what they're going to do. They're factoring in the $29 million, which is what actually comes out of the bank account.
It's a big bank account.
That is a big one. It's a big one. It's a big one. Let's go to Norman. Hey, Norman in Maine. How you doing, Norman?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Norman.
Hey, David, nice to talk to you again.
Hey, Norm.
On A.J. Brown, I have a few mixed emotions. I'm glad he's on our team, but is he going to be a team player like Diggs was? You know, Diggs was up and down the sideline. He was, working the guys up, firing them up, and I really don't see A.J. Brown doing that. And then I'm just, David, did you get your deal last year?
Oh, yeah, I killed a nice deer last year.
You did?
Yeah.
Awesome. No, I didn't get one. My brother did, and he'd been rubbing it in all year.
I didn't get a turkey this year because we had a baby girl, and that was unfortunate, but well, I
Oh,
guess I
Jesus.
shouldn't say it
Yeah,
like
they've
that.
been turkey hunting like hell up
Damn
here.
babies.
So that's pretty good.
Babies screw everything up.
Hey, you guys, it's going to be an awesome afternoon. Make sure you guys get outside and,
Sure. yeah,
enjoy the
no.
afternoon. And thank you for taking my
Norman,
call, boys.
what are you doing up there in
And nice
Maine?
talking to you
Hey.
again.
He lives there. He lives there. He calls us.
So nice
Love
of him.
Norm.
He's getting outside today.
Probably has a short sleeve flannel.
I would say if you were going to say what are you most worried about A.J. Brown, is it the knee or attitude or however I would say I'd lean more toward attitude, and I mean I was worried about both of those with Stephon Diggs though, and I think he shocked a lot of us, one by the knee obviously coming off that injury, and then two, his attitude, like his leadership was awesome last year to see. I do think, look, this is a young culture. I think they did a great job of building a culture in year one. You still have a young quarterback. I think hopefully this year he's taking on a larger leadership role. It's time for him to do it. He's proven that he can do it by his play. I think, look, you got to be a good player to some extent to have leadership because guys gravitate toward that. And he showed that last year. He's should be in more command of this offense than he already was last year. But, if you were going to say one thing, it's the attitude. Like, Philly was a great team. You know, it was 2 Super Bowls, 1-1. You know, it wasn't like he was at the Browns and didn't have a quarterback to get him the ball, and you know, you're losing 13 games or whatever a year. So that would be a little thing that I'm, you know, interested in or concerned about maybe. But
Shane,
I think his relationship with Mike helps that too.
Shane in New Hampshire. Hi, Shane.
Hey, guys. Love listening to the show. One of the things I wanted to bring up was this deal is really a craft type of deal. They do it with their coaches. They do it with their players. They love it when they can get guys on cap-friendly opportunities. If they got coaches on other contracts, they love bringing them in as consultants. But with A.J. Brown being a cap hit under $20 million for the next 4 years, they got extreme value for a number one receiver that finally brings a little bit of validity to the offense, gives Drake May some actual weapons and outside of Dobbs, and I know that was a good contract as well. But this is the type of deal that they were not going to get anywhere else. So what else other than a one were they going to be able to put out there?
Okay, those are two very different topics, Shane, but to say that it's somehow a deal or a value is crazy. That's delusional. Cap hits? We're talking about the cap hits? That's not value. A cap hit is a cap hit. That's the accounting measure. It's $29 million in real money this year. Guaranteed. He's getting it no matter what.
Love that for him.
I mean, what are we talking about?
But to me, it doesn't, like, you got to spend money.
That's fine. I'm all for that. I'm just saying, don't lie to me and tell me it's a value. And this is exactly in the same vein as getting a coach getting paid by another team.
No, it's not.
That's crazy.
It's not that, but I don't have any problem. I don't care what they spend. Like, if they spend every dollar every year, I'd be excited.
We would love that.
Because that just shows you're trying. And if they did what the Rams did, because they saw that they thought they had a great window to be the best team possible, it's about winning, and you're trying to win. Like, and I understand there's going to be long-term implications probably for the Rams, but my goodness, you got to respect the gusto to go do it.
This is going to be the second biggest amount of money they're going to pay to a player in a season ever in their history. Milton Williams last year was at $31 million. This player's going to make $29 this year. That's not a value play.
It's not a value.
No,
I just have no problem with it.
I don't either. But you can talk about it, and you know, if you want to be honest about it, say, well, it's risky. I appreciate that they're going for it. I appreciate that they're making a big swing, but you're also allowed to say, but it might blow up in their face.
I mean, we said that last year with Diggs, I thought.
Sure, that could have blown up in their face, and it didn't. It worked out
great.
It worked out
as good as you could have hoped.
Absolutely. And the same could be true with A.J. Brown. But we weren't wrong to say, well, this could go back sideways, but we all said, it could not work, it could be bad, but it's the right thing to be doing.
Yeah.
Is bring the player in.
I think he helped your quarterback. He
immensely
helped that room, helped the offense overall. He was a big veteran presence. And, you know, look, I'm not saying A.J. Brown has to do all those things. If he's not the leader and he goes out and has 1,500 yards, he's going to help your football team in other ways.
Do you think you could bring Diggs back and fit him into this offense still?
I'm not like, look, if they do it, great, but I'm not jumping saying that's like should be another priority.
No, I'm just saying if they did it, does it work?
Josh could.
Does it
work?
work?
The more weapons you give Josh, the better. Now, I mean, does it work from the sense of there's only one ball? Maybe.
Has to. Yeah.
I mean, that I thought Diggs, you know, look, there was games he got 12 targets and there was games he got 3. So, and he handled it
coming in here
well.
for like games of 3 stretches, 3 weeks where he didn't get a target.
Yeah.
What the hell's happened to him? And then somehow he makes it almost to 80 and over 1,000.
Yeah. Let's talk about the offensive line. We'll do that coming up next with David Andrews. David Andrews is with us here on Zolak and Bertrand all hour long. He's been brought to you by Mario's Roofing.
Hey, it's Mario.
Mario's on the field. David's job was simple, and that was protect the quarterback.
In the middle.
We'll talk more about protecting the quarterback in a moment.
Right there.
Your roof does the same for your biggest investment, your home. It protects it. Mario's Roofing. They won't soak you to keep you warm and dry. Mario!
It's me, Mario.
All right, so let's talk about protecting the quarterback. The Patriots, for the second straight year, draft a tackle in the first round. Have you laid eyes on Caleb Lomu? Have you seen this kid?
No, I
He's
did.
big.
I did a draft preview with Phil Perry on offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, here are the 6 guys I want to look at. It was like a couple guards and like 3 tackles. And Caleb wasn't even on there. But so I really haven't watched any film on him. Look, I don't hate it. You know, Morgan Moses is going to play this year. I thought he did a great job last year. Obviously, you have to, with a guy like Morgan, you have to worry about his age a little bit and durability, obviously. But I think this is a guy that I don't know exactly. They're probably primarily thinking right tackle, but you can't afford in the NFL with backups to be like, you're a right tackle. You know, you got to be able to, these backup guys like a Ted Karras, right? Played left guard, right guard, center. In every game or every year he played in a different position, right? So I think this is a guy that can come in, develop, hopefully, get a lot of reps at right tackle, but it can also push Will Campbell. That to me is something that's huge. I think Will getting that competition, seeing another young guy come in and compete. No matter what, we do one-on-ones, right? And you go out, you have a one-on-one rep, and let's say it's not that great, and then your guy behind you does a better job on his one-on-one rep, you're like jumping back in line. Like, I need another one. Let me get one right here. You never want to see someone do better than you in your job. So, look, he's a big physical athlete, I think. I think he's got great size. That was the big thing, right? His athletic ability.
6'6", he moves well.
A lot of people talked about. And look, Dante, his 3 things with offensive linemen, you had to be smart, tough, and athletic enough. And hopefully he's got those 3 qualities.
You're very adamant, it feels, that Morgan Moses is going to play this year.
You just saw him out there in OTAs.
I know, but does that – I mean, you know how this goes. That doesn't mean anything yet.
No, it doesn't. To me, I think, like last year, let's say, right? It was never the thought of like, oh, I'm going to retire. Let's just see how it goes out there. It was like, I'm going to go play, and if I can't play, then they cut me. I went out on my sword. If I had any doubt that I wanted to play, I wouldn't even gone out there. So that to me, look, yeah, like could he get hurt in training camp? Could his body break? Sure. But
could they just play the 5 best guys, and Caleb Lomu is one of those 5 best guys?
Yeah, that could happen. I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but I think if you're saying, oh, who's your starting O-line right now, it's Will Campbell, Vera Tucker, Wilson, Mike, Morgan.
Shouldn't you want Lomu to beat out Morgan at the very least? His first-round pick. This is no scrub. This is not.
Look, if he's ready, yeah, you play the best guy.
Okay.
But I'm also.
But you also say he's going to push Will Campbell, which means he's going to get some reps on that side.
I think he's going to. If you've got a guy in there that's not going to be your starter, he's got to be able to play both swing tackles. You can't take 3 tackles to the game a lot of times. You're probably going to take a jumbo guy. You're probably going to take another tackle. Your jumbo guy's probably another tackle. And then you're going to take, a guard and a center. I think you get 9 now because you get the extra center. So you have your starting 5 and 4 more. Because I think that was the big rule a couple of years ago. They started letting people dress another center. But when same thing with like the 3rd string quarterback.
Yeah.
So if he's going to be a swing tackle, he's probably going to get some reps. I just don't see them being like, you're right tackle only always. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Wasn't how we would operate probably. Guys like Cam Fleming, LeAdrian Waddle, they worked both sides. Sometimes they both went to the game, but they worked both sides.
It's been great having you in here today, David.
Thanks. That was quick.
What do you do today, rest of the day?
Might go to the golf course, then.
Can you hit the ball now? You getting better at it?
I'm getting. I was getting better, and then I played on Tuesday and thought about selling my clubs.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Lighting a golf course on fire in retribution.
I can't believe you're not playing in our golf tournament on Monday.
I have Joe Andrews's event.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Joe Andrews's golf event I committed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brett asked me. Rick asked me. Unfortunately, I can't. Are you guys playing? Or are you guys?
We have to work. They won't let us play.
Very busy. Very busy.
How serious are Felger and Mass going to take it?
They take it seriously. They play.
They're just serious.
Hardy will take it very
They're
seriously.
just serious people.
Hardy's doing a golf show on
those are
Saturday morning. I was out with the boys early Saturday morning getting donuts one day and heard Hardy on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Where do you get donuts from?
Country Kitchen in Walpole.
But damn good, huh?
Dude, they're the best.
It's unbelievable. Their
donuts around.
bagels are out of sight too.
I haven't had a bagel.
That place hasn't changed in over. I've been going past it for 40 years.
They brought us food before.
Country Kitchen.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
They got a couple locations, I think. Or is
Really?
it just Walpole? I thought there was another one I saw.
Has been years though. So
You got to be careful in there with toddlers though, because they have the donut case.
Yeah, glass.
No, but on the side they don't have anything covering it. So I
Oh,
was
so
in
you
there
can go-
one morning with my 2-year-old, or he'll be 2.
Went right for it.
Stick his
And
finger in a
someone's
cake.
like, he's got a donut. Dude, my dude had picked up a glazed donut and was just eating
Good
it.
man.
I was
Knows
like,
what
yeah,
he
we'll
wants.
take that
We'll
one.
tell you that's good.
We'll
Yeah.
take that one too. Just throw it in the dozen right
Add
there.
it to the order. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. All right, David, great to see you.
Thanks,
Dave.
guys.
All right, we'll see you soon. David Andrews with us here in studio. We'll grab headlines. There is a small development on the Rossini-Vrabel front. Small development. I did David Andrews the favor of not dropping that in the last few minutes when I saw this.
You're a good man.
Well, I'll tell you what it is coming up in a moment.